not earned for today's episode, for today's matches, and Omega will rise to 19 points.
And
1 point behind them. Even though Omega has more number of games played still. Alright?
And a low-key team just giving, Bren Esports a run for their money. I just feel that Bren Esports right now, they're trying to theory craft, or they're gonna pull out the big guns because they cannot afford to lose this series. Omega forced to ban out that Esmeralda, even though Esmeralda right now is back. He's not gonna be let out in the battlefield.
I would agree as well.
It's
very strong on the lane.
Way too problematic.
Way too problematic on the lane. I feel like Esmeralda is really strong on the lane. Has very strong lane management. Has very strong ganking capacities. Has very strong tower diving capacities. And that's the thing about Esmeralda. I'm actually ranking her pretty high for this running meta. Khalid, no surprise on that one. But we might be seeing a Yuzong. I think teams has been more and more lenient now with the Yuzong, even before the Project Next patch.
There's a thing about the damage or the Athena shield, the Antikyras getting reworked, and not really reworked, but their mechanics are a bit changed, and it was raised from 6% to 10%. So if you think about it, the damage bursts coming out from these heroes, if you just pick up the right item for them, you can offset a lot of those damages coming out from the Uranus, the Yuzong. At least they're bearable. They're tolerable. They're not really that weak, but tolerable.
We've been hyping Hit as well. I forgot about Kurtz's performance earlier. Kurtz was also instrumental. That was a lane. That is the very first lane one. And that was a gold lane. That was a gold lane. They actually had the Ruby go into the gold lane, right? Oh, it's pretty cool. A really neat idea because Ruby being ahead, right? You'd have someone reliable on setups, on dives even though. Not so snappy. But pick-offs, can be. Especially with the flicker to the We Are Angry, right?
And you know what, Shinbu? Omega, they will be happy to take the Jawhead right now.
They should.
It worked for their side. Just being the annoying tank that runs around and rains on Cartese's parade. Bren Esports, they got the Cho and the Alice.
Same lineup.
And they go for
same drafting
same
sequence.
Same
drafting sequence. I mean, no adjustment is visible here from the side of Bren, right? I mean, it would still be the same element. You'd have Hit. What Bren Esports need probably is not a Machango. They're gonna be removing the Chango. But feel that there's a possibility. I'm not so sure about the Farsa, but maybe again, sorry, but I'm thinking of Lunox really here because Pew has his fair share of playing Lunox for the support position. I'm just curious of how it will pan out for the lane and especially the early game survivability of the Lunox on that very aggressive Jawhead.
So I'm kind of guessing right now, Shinbu, that a lot of these teams are gonna stay away from the Chango. I feel that Bren Esports is gonna stay away from that.
Yeah.
I'm not really seeing it.
Didn't work earlier, especially against the Jawhead.
It's not as strong anymore.
Yeah.
And that's the thing. Like, yes, the physical attack buff is there. The magical hybrid damage, it's there. But you know what? If you need to stick to someone just to go for the physical attacks, then that means Curtsy is in the area as well to flicker and throw you back in.
Yeah.
Or the Jawhead, not Curtsy.
The one who's because it's Curtsy's job to actually hook someone. I mean, in the form of the scythe, and of course you get the Jawhead as well for the ejector. So Omega here also eyeing the support. But I cannot but feel that this is where Omega might be confused. Cannot but feel that Bren Esports has a lot of tricks up their sleeve. And I think it might be rewarding to just target ban Curtsy instead of Pew here. Probably not the Claude, but probably something like a Roger maybe? I'm not so sure, right?
That's true.
Yeah.
And
Lancelot. Oh yeah, alright. Yes, Lancelot, yeah. Early game, right? I mean, Jawhead will suffer against the Lancelot.
And good wave clear.
Yeah.
Very fast. You cannot expect the Jawhead to, just be there in the vicinity and try to steal something, because after they take down the orange buff fast, a Jawhead is gonna go next.
Jawhead is gonna go next.
Oh, and Bren Esports giving priority to the Kagura. Wow.
Yeah, very interesting actually. I did saw this on few, but very, very rare occasions.
Very rare occasions.
Very, very rare occasions. Right. He would even choose Lunox over the Kagura, but yeah, still. Yeah.
There was no pattern where Bren Esports just prioritized Kagura over anyone.
Over anyone, yeah.
A lot of the teams here in the MPL, they chose Kagura.
Yeah.
And they chose Kagura. Bren Esports shied away.
Yeah, and this is the thing. Actually, I just realized no Selena ban.
No
Recently,
Selena ban, yeah.
No Selena ban recently, and now we have Selena here as the final pick of Omega. They're really looking confident on that part. Kind of but feel that this is very threatening again with Jawhead. Oh my God.
Okay, so I actually think that the Selena is a good pick here.
Oh my God,
But-
that is.
But Shinbu, Bren Esports has to look out for that combination that's
Yeah.
gonna come out from Ruby and Yuzhong. Because if Ruby and Yuzhong can get you guys in that circle and knocks you up, that is an ample amount of time to bring you all down.
Yeah.
But then again, for Bren Esports, they have good heroes now. They even have the Roger. They can go very aggressive. And the thing is, I don't really think that the Roger is quite a bit of a threat to the side of Omega.
Roger is stable.
Just because these heroes want to fight melee range, and that's what the Roger does.
Yeah.
So it's probably somewhat of a snowball composition here for the side of Bren Esports if they can do
well,
it.
the better part here is this is an earlier composition.
Yeah.
This is an earlier composition compared to the Cloud composition of game number 1. But Phil, if it's not gonna be Kurt Z who will be on the Ruby. It's gonna be Kurt Z on Yuzong and Toshi on Ruby. But if this turned out to be the same performance as game number 1, same impact as Jawhead, they should start punishing hit right now. Then we might really have a 2-0 here because Omega's performance that is really strong. It has an impression, right?
I do get why Bren Esports went for Roger, because one of the things you do to beat a Selena is you force engage them every single time. Remember, Selena, when she has the time to poke you guys down with the arrow and just get a good initiation, just because she can, then that's the time where it actually hurts for the side of Bren Esports. But if they always force engage, it won't be a problem. And right now, they actually go in for a few.
Yeah, they went in for a few, and the idea is experience lane for Kurt Z. Alright, so what they do is they want to get an experience advantage for Kurt Z here. Kurt Z is level 2. Hajizi sits at level 1. Hit is now invading, but the problem here is Hit is invading against someone, against Akiri, which is a level 2. Pew is kiting back.
Oh.
Okay, we're trying to read the early rotations here. Rebo was forced to get onto the recall.
And look at Lusty here, not really caring about anything here. Haze!
Ooh!
Wow!
Yeah, there goes the first blood. Actually, Pew also goes in. And he got cornered here. That's 2-4-0. So, that was a good attempt, I think, by Bren. It's just really, it fell short by a very, very little margin, especially of, I think it was of Hayes surviving.
Look at this Flap trying to go for that invade. But here is where the patch makes a lot of sense. You cannot just force yourself in and take that without the Hunter's Knife.
Yeah.
The Hunter's Knife made you capable of doing this. And it seems to me like Bren Esports, they're trying out new things. But it's not really working on their favor.
Let's look onto the Gillette instant replay here. Butters. One auto. He went for the flicker. Quite a bit late on the flicker, honestly. And that is the thing. There's a lot of damage there. And Hit always has a very high presence of mind in participating and making sure that he dishes out the most damage possible for his teammates. So, yeah, that is a good lead. And the worst part about it for Bren is that Hajizi was involved. He got 2 physical attack dagger lead compared to Roger here with the boots. But there's a very little lead. That's just 100 gold lead. Here, Lusty, he will be popped once again.
And look at how commanding this Jawhead pick is to the map. They're really just showing a lot of stuff that they can possibly pick off with this Jawhead.
Oh my god. That's a lot of crowd control. And the problem there is, look at the durability there of Hit. And it allows for Hajizi to just clean up. Your eyebrows are meeting, but...
Oh my god.
We are all shocked.
This is absurd. Like,
yeah, very absurd.
this is absurd. I mean, Heath I'm not really looking at it in a way that Omega cannot beat Bren, but the amount of pressure that a Jawhead and a Selena puts into the map, I cannot fathom how pressured Bren Esports is right now.
And Hit is on a support emblem. Hit is on a that's not a tank emblem even. Not even a fighter emblem. So look at that. That is crazy, man. Very curious on the. I forgot to look at his first core item. I would be expecting a mass here, but right now early game control. That's very big lead. That's 3,000 onto the side of Omega here, and now they're starting onto the turtle. Losty again. You know, very far performance here on the backshot compared to the Cho earlier that forces the side laners to participate, and they don't care. Even if Rebo diving in, forced to actually flicker out with his blood out already turned on. Re-engage comes in, Hit gets focused once again, and Toshi is there to follow through. There goes Flopsy, goes for the knockup, flickers away, and that's what Toshi has done.
And
Man!
while that's
Omega!
happening, Curtsy going for that turret. Now, you can see that there is quite a significant change in the turret damage.
Yeah.
Turret damage that you can do. It's reduced to make sure that the laning stage sticks for a bit. Now, Omega, they're commanding this map.
This game, and here's the thing. Because of the side laner, because of Flaptizi, because of Flaptizi being forced to participate in the mid lane. Now, Kurtzy has the level advantage. I cannot but feel that Flaptizi missed a few scroll siege minions, experience minions on the bottom lane, and Kurtzy has the lead in terms of level. And here's the thing about the levels. That scales really, really well in the early game with execution. The higher the level, the higher the damage of execution will be.
They can really not understand what Omega is doing here. It's just pressure after pressure.
Yeah.
Even Rebo.
Look at it.
Even Rebo is finding trouble into the top lane.
Nice pick up on the hit. Lusty shouldn't overstay. And there goes the GC. He wants to bait in. He goes for the dive in. Also, the Blade of Tempest allowed for Kurtzy to make the cleanup. And there goes Bren. They try to re-engage. They will be punished as they get avenged here by the members of Omega. And that's it. That's going to be it. Rebo also went for the dive onto Toshi. But where is the damage of Pew? Is yet to drop his own umbrella there. That's going to be a total trade of 3-for-1. And it's going to be won by OMG.
Clearly, Omega has the damage output advantage here against Bren Esports. Even if Carl got the 2 kills, he did not survive that.
Yeah.
And that means they cannot turn it into an objective.
Yeah.
It's still a 3v2.
Yeah.
Omega here still winning because they have objectives on their side.
Yeah. Especially with the turret shield that was taken in by the Omega squad. That is a lot of gold. That is a lot of acceleration for them. Flapsy. Okay.
He survives.
Yeah,
Doesn't have the flicker.
Yeah, I think also he's went for a very late flicker on that part. He went for the flicker maybe to go for the bite. But there goes another fight here onto the turtle side. Curtsy focuses on towards Rebo. Doesn't care. He has the lead. Yet to press his execution. And there we go. Curtsy dueling here. Curtsy dueling Curtsy here. Lots of Z actually whenever these two teams fight. Doesn't matter though. It's a win by Bren Esports 1-0.
What is the true TZ connection? Is it Hajizi and TZ, Kurtizi, or Kurtizi and Flaptizi?
Yes.
Who is the real TZ connection?
It's the real
here?
TZ, man. You get the real Slim Shady, but here in PH you get the real TZ.
Slim
the real
TZ.
Slim TZ, the Slim TZs.
The Slim TZs. Man, oh man, Bren Esports here. They are on the verge of losing this series, but you know what, Omega? They are still capable of making mistakes.
Look at the
as
gold
well as
lead here.
Bren Esports.
Look at the gold lead here, man.
Yeah.
5K almost onto Hajizi, 3.6 onto Kurtizi. This is Project Next.
I think Ling is exceptional right now.
Yeah.
Seeing how imperative for you to rotate fast into the map.
And get objectives, right?
Oh!
And participate in the lanes and win the lanes here. But of course, Bren Esports will be able to secure the turtle. It's still going to be the same story. No patch update can actually hinder him on stealing the turtle. And that's it. That's going to be Bren going for the cleanup. Quite late here for the entrance of Flaptizi. It doesn't matter though. And there we go. 3-4-0. Bren Esports gonna go for Toshi. And yes, that's it. 4 members here into the pocket of Bren.
One collapse is all it takes. Omega here.
Oh!
They tried to secure the kill on Hajizi.
Yeah.
And Hajizi went in to what? To take down that siege cannon.
Yeah, just to take the siege cannon for that part. Bren was able to capitalize here. Let's see the Gillette instant replay here.
Now, you're seeing this Shinbu that Retribution was perfect. RNG was on their side. Carl went for the artillery. He went for the backlines first for Selena so that there are no more arrows that you're gonna fly out and disable them.
Yeah, and also I think Cartesi was able to face out with that light and bounce. That's why no clear target to the Cartesi. But it will be a different story here. Hajisi engages on the Cartesi, and also gonna be an airborne here delivered by Flaptisi towards Hajisi. Hajisi points him, and of course Cartesi following up onto Rebo, ladies and gentlemen, with the blood out already on. Toshi onto the back line. Lusty as well on this outer mid lane inhibitor turret and also mid lane turret, and they get few as well dancing around. Toshi has the durability for this, allowing Kurt Z to actually go for the push.
Talk
Maybe a fight.
about overstaying your welcome, Rebo. Just connecting with that flowing blood and that blood
Look at Toshi.
And Rebo gets
Yan.
popped by Toshi.
Yeah, I mean, only sights coming in from Toshi there, as Rebo is just making sure that Toshi doesn't leave, doesn't respond to go for a dive here on the mid, but at the cost of his own life. No sustain can withstand here. The sights on Toshi, not having to actually have the Deadly Blade even, just has close and endless battle and a Vitality Crystal. Oh my god.
I think that's one of the problems here for the side of Bren Esports. Yes, it's a good alternative against a Raptor Machete, but you know, it sets you back on the important items, on your core items.
Yeah.
You're not even gonna proceed in making that to a halberd.
Yeah. That's the sacrifice you get.
That's a
actually.
sacrifice you get.
For the
And I think
Deadly Blade.
I think it puts them on the backslide.
Especially if you're behind.
Yeah.
Especially if the team is behind. Right? And
Rebo,
yeah.
oh my goodness, look at that pop coming out from
Hajizi.
Hajizi and Kurtzi. Okay, Omega is working in a way that they really just want to pressure every single lane here on the side of Bren Esports.
Yeah. I mean that's the story of the game. Ever since even before the Project Next, it's just that it is more rewarding.
It's more
very
rewarding
rewarding
right
to actually get the pressure onto the lanes. Flapsy commits to his way of the dragon, commits to his death, and of course Bren Esports gonna follow up. And that's it. Lusty wasn't able to back out very quick. Rebo is, of course, he just came from the base. Really no chance of going in. Now that is, I'm not accounting for mistakes here on Bren, but that is a clear mistake there by Flapsy.
I don't know why he went in for the commit on that wave of the dragon.
Yeah.
There was really no way
For Bren
that you can get the
follow up.
kill on
Yeah.
Heath. If that was a Ling, I would have understood that.
Yeah, and
because
all in on healing.
that means Karlsy can just go in with a Lycan bounce,
Especially
and
without purification on
take him
Hajiji.
down. And probably it would stop Omega from taking down the Lord. But if it's a Jawhead, you don't
Yeah.
really do that.
You don't really do that. Fully commit onto that one. He doesn't even need to land the ejector. He just need to activate the smart missiles for that part. There's gonna be an easy catch there for Rebo. Can have that feel that this is really a leaning tower getting brought down by a slight push by the Omega here. And then escalates very, very quickly. Hit here, focusing towards Carl TZ. And now a follow-up done in by Toshi quite late. Now they're focusing towards Lusty. Lusty's shell gets cracked. And it's going to be a trade of 1-for-1 with the buff going to the side of Omega.
You know what? While everything of that is happening onto the map, Haji and the others, they just go for the split. There is a Lord into the bottom lane of Bren Esports here.
3 lanes.
Problems on 3 lanes.
Yeah. You know, this hurdle just piles up for the side. And against Bren Esports, ladies and gentlemen, at 17-8. And my, this is totally surprising against a team that has the longest win streak here at our regular season. This is going to be their very first defeat if ever this goes fully and gets shoved completely against their base. A miracle here is required to save the streak, ladies and gentlemen. And there goes Flaptizi. He went for the flicker, just connects the way of the dragon onto Hajizi. There's gonna be Kartizi not allowed to actually cast the Lycan bounce, and that's it. Hajizi will be able to walk away. Lusty also follows through along with Rebo, and the fight breaks out. Hajizi re-engaged with a full health. Where is this coming from? And now let's see here. As he falls back, there is going to be hit quite quick on the flicker. And now we got here the push being done here by the members of Omega onto the inhibitor turret in the top lane side. Rebo going to be melted through by the members of Omega. And I think that's it. It's going to be pick after picks. And few will be the next one to be kicked out of life here by Omega.
Bren Esports, look at what one patch can do to the invulnerable ones. They looked unbeatable way back on the previous meta, but right now they're on their last legs.
They're on their last leg.
Will the streak stay alive?
Will the streak stay alive? It's actually flashing before their eyes. You know, kills after kills, a mega kill against their main carry, and that's it. Onto the base. The streak has ended, and this series closes in 2-0 for Omega.
For a team that had struggles into adjusting into the 6-ban setup to the 10-ban setup, Omega right now, they have a new understanding of the meta.
Yeah.
And it fits them well. Jawhead and Selena.
Yeah, man.